Okay, so we're here today to interview DJ Dan Friedman. Today's March 24th, 2013, and this is an interview predominantly, geared towards DJ, but of course, Gloria, it's about you as well. And the purpose of this video is to incorporate DJ into the story, because when we left off years ago, we didn't know if DJ was going to be, part of the story. But here you are 10 years later, and as such, he most certainly is. So I'm just going to ask some thought-provoking questions, and if you don't feel like answering, just say, I'd rather not answer.
No problem.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Are you
So
going to ask Hannah anything?
I'm going to ask her to just stop blocking one of your faces and get her butt out of the, out of the center,
Okay.
So anyway, Dan, my question to start off is tell the audience, the world, a little bit about when you came into the world, who'd you come in the world as, who were you, where were you born, how did you evolve, and how did you get to where you are today? Take as much time as you want.
Well, I was born in Chicago, Illinois,
Yeah.
back in July 30th. The year doesn't have to be in here. I had a regular mother and father, and eventually I had two sisters. And back in 1959, the family migrated down here to Florida, and I was almost close to, I would say, 5 years old. And I just had a regular, normal, everyday childhood. And I had two wonderful, great, superb parents. And I had wonderful grandparents, except for one. And I just had two wonderful sisters.
So would you say that you were brought up in a Jewish family?
I was brought up in a conservative Jewish family.
Conservative. So
Yes.
you attended school. Did you go to religious school, Hebrew school?
I went to Hebrew school, but I flunked out of Hebrew school when I started discussing the theory of evolution with the teacher, because I believed more in the theory of evolution, and I was discussing with him how did the planets evolve and how did we get apes. And of course, being my father's daughter, I had to discuss various different ways the earth evolved, and I just told them that the Bible was a good novel, and I believed more in the theory of evolution, and I just was falling asleep all the time. So my Hebrew school days were practically over.
See, I didn't know this.
Did you get bat mitzvahed?
No, I never did, because why should I bother?
You mean back then or now?
Back then, I never had any reason to be bas mitzvah, because I didn't believe in a lot of the stuff coming out of their mouths, and I was not a typical girl. I was a tomboy, and I definitely did not want to wear a dress.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So before I ask you a question about that, would you want to be bar mitzvahed now?
I would have loved to have been bar mitzvahed back then, but because I was a girl, I couldn't be bar mitzvahed.
What about present day bar
But
mitzvahed?
present day, yes, I could be bar mitzvahed.
Have you ever given it thought to be?
Yes, I have.
Okay, well, we'll go back and touch on that. But let's go back now. So you said you were a tomboy.
Yes.
And did you know something was not right with you? I think you mentioned that you said something was not right, or you knew something about yourself.
I knew something was wrong when I was about 7 years old. I was playing with a little...
Let me get you some water.
Yes, please.